Well, I want to give you some quick advice about running Spooky Central, like in a practical way, especially if you're going to be using the unit a lot. Now, what I'm showing here is a snapshot of the software itself as of, was it January 16th or 16th, I think, 2017. So, the software, actually, I think he makes the software simpler and simpler all the time, in my opinion. But when you first look at it and you're a brand new user, you're gonna be like, what's this stuff? But I think they got online support or something too. But I've been using it for a while, so I'm not intimidated by it. But what I want to say is this: if you're gonna use that Spooky Rife machine plasma contact, the Spooky Central unit, you're best off just having one generator hooked to it and one computer. Like, well, you're gonna have one generator hooked to it, but one computer that runs one generator and one Rife machine, and that's it. It gets too confusing if you put more generators on it. You're better off just having, for the cost of the Spooky Central unit and all the other stuff you need, you're better off just having one laptop for it. And I'm going to actually show you what I got for extra laptops. I get a Dell, I think it's a Latitude C630 from a vendor in Kentucky on eBay that's got 100% rating and it's a preferred vendor, and it's like a couple $100 with 3-year warranty and a new hard drive. I had no problem when I've been using it a while. It's been used all the time. Better off doing that and keep it simple and don't even connect it to the internet, really. So here you have the shell empty presets. This is the first screen when you boot up the computer. Now this screen, I don't have the real generator hooked to it because this is just like I'm just showing it for like what the screen would look like. Okay, it's like this test mode. Then you go to plasma. That's the second screen, right? Click that on. Then you go Spooky Central General. And when you go over to your programs, whatever you're going to pick your programs, fine, and they go, you double click them, whatever, abdominal cramps. I don't know if that's a good one. I'm just throwing one on there, right? Now, when you go to controls, you would take your mouse, and now there'd be one generator. It's not going to be all this. This is in test mode. You would right click with your mouse right over your one generator. Is Spooky Central always connected to generator 2? Yes. You want to have that because there's like certain settings in here that you got to always, like, if you forget to choose Spooky Central settings and you run the wrong thing with the software, which, maybe you're using a different generator on your computer, and you want to just leave one generator to the one computer that runs Spooky Central and just leave it like that and don't even connect it to the internet. And if you need a new download, use a USB drive, download it on another computer, from Spooky2 website, and then put it on the other computer. I wouldn't even connect it to the internet. Just be on the safe side because you really don't know what the hell's could have possible. This is a machine that maybe it'll save your life, right? I don't know. Now, this was my video, so I'm showing you the Spooky generator, Spooky2 Central, and in the back of this thing, what I also did, because I know you're probably not going to keep this thing hooked up forever. Maybe you're going to move something around one of these days, or move it to another room. What I did, you notice this blue here? The blue, I put blue tape and I put red tape by the connections. By input and modulation, and on the wires I taped the wire blue and red on both sides on the same wire, blue and red, because on the generator it's got red for out 1, which goes to, I think, input, I think that says, and then out 2 is blue on a generator, and that goes to modulation. So I got them so you can't, if you just color code them, if you disconnected this, because to me, I know what to do right now, but maybe next year, if I go to move this thing, I'll forget, and I'll be like, wait a minute, and I'll think I remember, and I'll screw it up by connecting the things the wrong way. That's why I color coded it. And you can see I got my bulb on the top there. I got the long bulb. I don't have the newfangled one, but I don't know. The long one works fine too. Whatever the hell's in there, argon gas. Now this computer I got right now just running one generator only, and it's a remote generator. And I do have another dedicated Windows 7 starter little dinky laptop that I use for Spooky Central. But the point is, I have one computer, and this is not a plug for this guy or anything like that. I'm like a guy that bought. I like to support American vendors. So here you got this guy from Kentucky Man, KY Man, 1530 on eBay, and I bought his computer for, I think it was $200 back then. Now it's $209 with free shipping, with a 3-year warranty. And I use it. I leave it on all the time, running a Spooky remote, and I actually play Windows Media Player. I don't know, some kind of Tibetan healing music for my cats in the background, and it's been going great. I've had no problem with it. It looks like a new computer to me. I can't tell the difference, and it's pretty solid. It's not like made flimsy like the garbage they make today. They're like real cheap. That's my opinion. But this might not, to me, this is a good computer if you're going to have just a dedicated computer. You don't need to update, there's actually a hack for getting around XP, getting it updated with security updates up to 2019. I actually have that somewhere in some video someplace, way back when I did. But since you're not going to have the computer hooked to the internet anyway, with Spooky Central, this thing has already got a bunch of crap in it too. It's I'm kind of plugging it. Maybe I'm plugging this guy's crap, but he ain't paying me to do this. He's got like a bunch of software in there. It's got the antivirus, and it doesn't. See, this is another thing I hate about buying new computers. They got so much crap on there with games and freaking free offers. I'm like, I just want to turn the computer on and use it. So you can buy this from a USA vendor with a free 3-year warranty, which is way better than the crap you buy in big box stores, for a couple $100 delivered, and you don't have to worry about, doing all these, marketing gimmicks on the computer, because every time you buy a computer from a big box store, it's got a million things on it, and it's got garbageware, games. Ugh. This thing actually comes with, I think it's Open Office. It's like Word. It's just like freaking Microsoft Office, man. It's actually better than the new Microsoft Office. So I was like, that's cool. Anyway, and I would hook it to your Spooky2 generator, which then goes to your laptop, and leave that as your dedicated non-internet computer. Now, actually, you could use that on the internet, and there's a hack, like I said, to get security updates for XP up to 2019. And I think he put that hack in there because I was getting all my security updates, at least on the one I got. So, what the point is on this video, if you're going to pay, I forget what the Central costs. I think it's like $1,800 for Spooky Central. I don't think that includes the generator, which I'm not saying the price is high, but I'm saying it's really like a couple $1,000s, with the shipping and a generator, something like that. If you say I'm off some dollars here and there, I'm not off that much. It's around roughly $2,000 for the Rife machine, the Spooky Central Rife machine, with the generator. And that's not including the computer. But you're better off spending. I think you're better off spending. Do whatever computer you want. But I personally hate Windows 8. I hate Windows 10. I don't even like Windows 7 unless I put classic shell on there. I consider that normal. Anyway, but you're better off having a dedicated computer, one generator dedicated, and also one computer, one generator, and that's it. And also not connected to the internet. And this thing, like I said, Um, it's not cheap. If you got to if you do something wrong and you screw it up, you're gonna wish that you bought a separate laptop and just left one generator on the thing. Okay, that's the way I look at it, and that's the way I'm doing it. So that's just a quick recommendation. Again, if you want to, this thing here, the control. So say you were going to take that off, you right-click it again, and every time you right-click, there's only going to be one red button on here because you got one generator, right? So Spooky Central always connected to a generator too. You could say no, or you could right-click it and you could say yes. And once you say yes, it's always going to do the right settings because it's got to run. I think it's pretty sure it is. Let me look in here. Yeah, here it is. Like I'm looking under the advanced settings. 100% positive offset on both out 1 and out 2, 50% duty cycle, and 5 volts amplitude. If you're running that, and it's a square wave, if you're running that, damn thing's going to hold up forever, okay? If you don't run that, you're probably going to screw something up. That's why you want to have it set like this. And if you just have the one computer, and like I said, I like that vendor. He's from Kentucky. I don't know he's been fine with me, and I saw his ratings are real high. He's preferred vendor, and he's a USA guy, trying to make a living. He's selling these things for a couple $100 delivered, or maybe it's $209 now. I think mine was $199 when I got it, with a 3-year warranty. I think if you go in a big box store and you get a computer, you're lucky if you get a 30-day warranty, and then you probably get a 1-year warranty from the manufacturer, and you probably got a 30-day warranty from the place you bought it from, right? So you're better off with this guy warranty-wise. And I don't know. Sometimes I think the old stuff is better. I mean, I got an old Japanese big stereo from 1986 or 7. Thing is still good. Outlasted all the new junk. It's got the Clips KG4 speakers on it and stuff like that. Nothing fancy, but old school stuff. Sometimes that's what I'm really thinking about with the Dell. That's a Dell Latitude C630, I think it is, and that bad boy is not bad. I'll tell you that right now. So you want to make sure you don't screw up your equipment. And that's the best way. You don't want to mess up this big bad boy here. And again, this was just my dumb little idea. And you probably might not notice it. You see there's a couple strings here on the left, on the left side of the ghost on that handle. Those are attached to the big cables that are from the plasma. I know those cables go in there pretty securely. But say you're sleeping with that plasma and you roll over and you pull that cable out of the socket. I don't want to do that. I actually have it tied to that cable with a string to the handle from the back to the front. So I'm trying to be careful with this damn thing. I think if you're careful with it, it's going to last umpteen years. If you're not careful with it, you're going to break it. So this advice is very solid advice to keep your Spooky2 running a long time. Because who the hell knows, man? Big bad government probably is going to go after Spooky2, and we'll have to kick the government's ass. Anyway, obviously I am not a Spooky2 representative, okay? Honestly, if you freaking figured that out by now, because some people say, yeah, I don't work for these guys. Not at all. And I get this feeling, John White's doing so damn good on this thing. Eventually, it's going to start curing people left and right, and the word's going to start getting out. It's experimental right now, but medical is. It's all about money. And this is not a medical device. It's a experimental device for, I don't know, whatever. Take charge of your own healing factors, whatever. But if it works real good, But anyway, that's another story. We'll fight them another way. Okay, over and out. Just some quick advice. Take care of your equipment. A little extra investment in a dedicated generator, which you probably got to get anyway, but a dedicated laptop, and making that setting, like I said. Is Spooky Central always connected to Spooky Central? You always want to use Spooky Central because this laptop And this generator is only for that. It's not on the internet. It's not for games. It's not for anything garbage. It's just for this. Only. This. Leave it alone. And I don't know if that vendor is the best vendor in the world. I think he's a good guy, though, to tell you the truth. I don't know the guy, okay? But I bought one of these jobbers, and I liked it. I was surprised. It looked like a brand new computer. I thought this thing was supposed to be used. He says they're B and B plus condition. It looked like AA plus to me. But I don't know. Do whatever you want. I'm not telling you it's because he's got like a 4 2/3 rating there out of 5. So it looks pretty good. He's I'm not lying. That's why 100% positive feedback. That's what I would think that this is not spooky endorsed, but let me just tell you that I think that would be a good bet for a laptop that you just only have for Spooky Central, and it's not connected to the internet anyway, and it's not going to have any garbageware on it. That's what you want. Over now.